Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps. Today we're going to be making two different types of soap. We're going to be making our Sugar Plum Fairy Frosted Soap and our Peppermint Candy Frosted Soap. These are the only two frosted soaps I am releasing on November 1st, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is our big holiday soap launch. So if you are hoping to get gifts in time for Christmas, this is the one that you don't want to miss. And we will be releasing our artisan soaps in their new size and plastic-free cardboard packaging. But today we're kicking it back old school with some of your absolute favorites. These sell amazing every single year for me. People just love peppermint and they love this Sugar Plum Fairy fragrance. I actually have this available in whipped soap as well. And so without further ado, let's make two different types of soap. Alrighty, let's get started. What base oils do you think I'm using today? If you said the Royalty Soaps cold process soap oils, you are correct. I have been using the same recipe for years and have now partnered with Makesy so that you don't have to mix them up yourself. We will mix them up for you and ship them right to your house. Go ahead and pour in our lye water solution. By the way, I work around, 87 degrees Fahrenheit to 92 degrees Fahrenheit, but other people have worked warmer than that with this recipe, up to 120 degrees, and still had great batches. So if you prefer to soap a little warmer, you can. You'll just have to move a little more quickly. This looks amazing. Now I'm gonna pour off my two accent colors. I've been making a peppermint soap for winter time, oh my gosh, for so many years. But I've been using my own fragrance blend for this soap for a few years now. It is proprietary to Royalty Soaps. And today, because I have made this soap so many times, I'm only going to make one loaf of it, just 16 bars. Into my first container, I'm adding pink and white. Into my second container, I am adding some Trial by Fire. And into my base container, I am also adding white. Add in my secret sauce fragrance and blend them up. And let's pour it into our mold. All right, gonna pour a little bit of my white down the middle, then pour a little bit of pink, little bit of red, and continue this until the whole mold is filled. Scrapey, scrapey, my big container, and swirl it with my hanger swirl tool up and down. I'm making sure that I am hitting the bottom. All right, clean that off. I'm gonna give it a good tap. And then, because I'm only doing one, I'm gonna take some extra time to make sure that my containers are really, really clean. Okay, you know what? Maybe I will smooth out a little bit. You won't be able to tell. Gonna wipe up this tiddly bit right there, and I'm gonna mix up the soap frosting. Man, that's so quick when you're only doing one. But what's this? What ho? We do another one. This time we're going to do toasted almond. Okay, let's blend. It takes about half the time to do just one loaf than it does to do two. So keep that in mind when I'm blending for like 15 to 20 seconds. That's because I have double the batter in here. Now I have 3 itty bitty little accent colors and one more. And then I'm actually gonna see if I can blend this up with my little mini mixer because these containers are so tiny. Adding in my other secret sauce fragrance blend, a bestseller again every single year. These are really, really good fragrances to take with you all winter long. We've been talking a lot about longevity, and yeah, these are just really, really, really good fragrances to take with you into January and February. They don't become irrelevant just because we get past December. Therefore, making them really, really awesome for gift giving. I absolutely loved the comment section on our most recent honey soap. Somebody said like, wow, I can tell that you like actually care about us. I'm like, I do. And I thought that was the sweetest comment because I actually do. Anytime that I can help out like another small business owner that's trying to figure out what they can do for their holiday line, or help you guys save money, or support another small business by purchasing raws from them, I am always down for that. Okay, this little concept seems to be working quite well. And it's certainly better than putting the stick blender in, because that would probably be too much power and speed things up too much. This is mixing everything just enough to get incorporated, but not so much that it's thickening really quickly. All right, let's use our spatula for the rest of it. Make sure that all of everything has been wiped down and there's no unincorporated batter. All right, let's go ahead and blend these up. Okay, let's get ready for the pour. All right, gonna start by pouring in almost all of my purple batter, just leaving a little tiddly bit. Now we'll do our pink down the middle, and we'll do our white down the middle, and our gold down the middle. Now we can put in that last bit of purple, also down the middle. Go ahead and scrape that out. Do some more pink right down the middle. Well, kinda. More white. Again, little bit off to the side there. Ignore it. And gold down the middle. And now we're gonna do our swirl again. You're gonna go down and then pull back to the middle. So, okay, hopefully that looks as good as it felt. As it felt right. All right, perfect. So, gonna let this sit off to the side and we will start frosting our peppermint soap. All right, ready to start our soap frosting. I added just a little bit of color to the sides of the bag. Trial by Fire is a very, very, very potent color, so a teeny tiny bit on the sides of your bag will go a long way. That would be the same if you used Red 30, also a very, very, very potent color. A lot of people ask me why I do like 2 full rows before I do this part. It's mainly just because I take breaks between soap making and I like to get the feel of each piping batch. Every single one of them is different. This one's a little bit firmer, and I was trying to test that out before I do all of these individual ones. I know it's not the most satisfying to have it be a little bit uneven as you go down the loaf mold, but believe me, it would be less satisfying for someone to not get all these soap frosting on top of their bar because I misjudged how much to put on top. That is a far more egregious sin. Can y'all believe it's already time for me to make another peppermint soap? This year has flown by. And remember, for peppermint soaps, I also put less on the top dollop because the very top embed is a little bit tall, so I don't want to mound it up too much. That's why I squished it down that middle one a bit more. Trying to fill in between my rows here again, so I have lots of room for that last embed. Make sure everything is sitting up proper. Now let's add our custom glitter blend. This is a blend of Eco Glitter from Brambleberry and also from the Good Glitter. I love the Good Glitter. They have a beautiful holiday collection out now. You can use my code below to get some money off and use a more sustainable and environmentally friendly glitter option for all your arts and crafts this season. A lot of people who follow me are very, very, very crafty people, so I love to shout out a more eco-friendly option for you guys. You could also get my collaboration glitter with Makesy. It's a little more translucent, a little more upscale, if you will. I actually did a Christmas collaboration with the Good Glitter last year, and I'm using a version of all of those with, you know, adding a little more sparkle or using up what I have on hand this year. Time to put my soap peppermint embeds on. All of these are hand painted here at Royalty Soaps. We always say, buy a bar of artisan soap, get a piece of art. being very careful lining these up. They are very thin, but still, it's easy to get it wrong. 2 more left, and last one. Well, this truly looks so good. You guys have seen it quite a few times before. Let's go ahead and put the frosting on the Sugar Plum Fairy. All right, we have our duo-toned pink frosting now. Consistency is really good. It can be a little bit hard with duo-toned frosting because one typically sets up faster than the other. That's always something that I tell new soap makers to look out for, because anything with a little added titanium dioxide to lighten things up is going to move faster than something that doesn't have as much in there. So keep that in mind. But if you continue to mix them, you really shouldn't have any problems. Working a little bit thicker today, not too much, but a little bit. Using the Soap Frosting Club Kit X, the 𝘊𝘆𝑒𝐥𝐿 coupler, just because I'm not doing a full batch, and therefore I just find that I don't need it with these smaller batches. It's good to have if you're ever planning on making more than one batch of soap, but you don't really need it. It's a convenience thing, and I do include it in the kit because for $50, I didn't just want to give you a recipe. I saw that that was something that a lot of people are doing, and yes, I have seen there are also certain people who have amended my recipes by 5% and then are selling them as their own, which is not very cutesy, not very demure. But if you guys are going to spend $50, I made sure that you got 4 different colors, a glitter, a special pin, the recipe itself, piping bags, pipettes, mixing cups. I've said before, it's my lowest margin item because I wanted it to be affordable. And if you're already going to spend $50 getting a recipe, I want you to get all those extra goodies so that you can start off strong and you don't have to gather all those things. And yes, I'm getting them discounted. And I'm passing the savings on to you, which is why you cannot buy all of those items separately and still get it for the price that I'm charging you. It's going to be around $80 if you do it yourself. This is my beautiful sugar plum mix of glitters. Most of them are from the Good Glitter. This year, my goal was to reuse a lot of the things that I have. So if I have extra raw materials sitting around, that's what I'm using up. It's really easy as a business to collect a lot of random things, and then they sit around and they eventually end up going bad. You know, fragrance oils have a shelf life. Oils have a shelf life. Using everything up is very important to me. I mean, it's kind of a core part of sustainability, honestly. But you can get the frosting kit on my website. You can get the frosting oils pre-blended from 𝑚akeSy. And if you're like, you mean the oils you just showed us? No, I mean these, the cold processed soap frosting oils, so that you have everything you need. Let's put our little soap gumballs on top. I'm gonna put the markers on the front and back of the soap so that I know where everyone is supposed to fit into. Now for our little soap curls. I know so many people watch me and don't make soap, so I'm sorry for all the times y'all have had to hear me talk about the Frosting Club. It's just that every single time I do a video, there's always a soap maker that's like, please help me. I love that we get to hang out together in this way. Like I said before, somebody was like, oh, I just like spending time with you. I wish we could just do a big hangout where like I make soap live and you guys get to come with me in person, like on a stage. This is the craziest. I'm realizing as this is coming out of my mouth that this is honestly insane, but a girl can dream, right? Where like I get to make soap live and you guys get to chat with me. Like we hand a microphone around and let people just ask their questions or tell me about their day, and we all just get to chit chat and listen and relax, and maybe like you can get snacks and bring in your own tea and stuff. And because all the members of the royal court are nice people, we would keep the topics light-hearted. People would tell us about their pets. We would hear about their goals and ambitions and dreams. It's been a really long time since I went to any sort of soap conference. For those of y'all who don't make soap, I will tell you, they do have soap conferences where you can go. People tell you about business stuff. I've been to 2 of them. One of them I went to twice, and one of them I went to once when I was a much younger soap maker. But a lot of people have asked me to go to the one in America over the years. Every single time that they put it on, I get lots of people being like, "Are you here? Where are you? Are you here?" And I've never gone to the big one. Go ahead, spritz this a little bit with rubbing alcohol. I'll tell you this though, if I do go, it will not be as a speaker. That is not what I'm about. I want to go and I want to see other people and I want to see vendors, but I don't want to do the whole like speaking exclusive, like that's not for me. I'd rather just hang out with you guys. Well, that looks positively scrumptious, just like it always do. Let's wait 18 to 24 hours and we'll come back and we'll cut it and see what the inside looks like. I bet you can never guess after this quick commercial break. All right, let's cut our peppermint soap first. Pop it out of my silicone liner here. Unmolding super cleanly. Turn it on its side so none of the peppermints get cut. Perfect. All right, press down gently. And this is what it looks like in the middle. Smells incredible. A little bit of vanilla, a little bit of peppermint, my own custom blend every single year. It's such a crowd pleaser. I feel like this fragrance is super conducive to a frosted top, but I would love to know if you want to see this come back as an artisan soap in our new size. I didn't want to take it away if everybody loves it with the frosting and the embed on it. So now you get to let your opinion be known. And now we can cut our Sugar Plum Fairy soap, peel the sides off. This tends to be a bit of a softer soap. How's my embed placement? Surprisingly good. Press down gently. Okay, let's see how I did with that swirl. I'm a little timid. Okay, yeah, it looks awesome. The pink in the middle will eventually change to a very bright pink, but you can see it looks kind of peachy right now. Smells super incredible, looks amazing. This is not a butterfly swirl, but it kind of looks like one. And this wraps up our frosted top soaps for our winter Fables collection. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was so much fun to make these. I know, it's still October and I'm talking about the holiday season, but you guys know soap makers have to work ahead of schedule and everyone has started buying all of their holiday things so early and I don't want to be left behind. Be sure you do something fun for yourself today. Go follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and hey, I am getting ready some more short form content for you, but you guys know I don't really care what you do, just do something for you, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.